Let me ask you something. Have you ever gone for a routine checkup feeling fine, only to hear your doctor say your blood pressure is a little high? Maybe you were surprised because you don't feel sick. Or maybe you thought, well, isn't that just part of getting older? My dear friends, I hear this all the time from patients in their 50s, 60s, and beyond. You might sit at your kitchen table in the morning, sipping coffee, and notice the home blood pressure monitor creeping up a bit. Sometimes it feels like just another worry added to the list. And if you're like many of my patients, you may be wondering if there's a way to control it without adding another pill to your daily routine. I want to tell you today, yes, there is. High blood pressure doesn't have to control your life, and it doesn't have to automatically mean more medication. There are powerful natural steps you can take that make a real difference, and I've seen them work in the lives of countless seniors right here in America. Picture yourself enjoying a walk through your neighborhood on a sunny afternoon, breathing deeply, feeling calm, and knowing your heart is strong. That future is not only possible, it's within your reach. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through simple, science-backed, and very practical ways to maintain healthy blood pressure without relying solely on medication. We'll talk about the foods that work for your body instead of against it, the kind of movement that keeps your heart happy without straining your joints, the little daily habits that add up, and even how your mindset plays a role. Think of this as our time together, like you're sitting in my office and I'm giving you a personal roadmap to a healthier life. I know every one of you wants to enjoy your golden years with more energy, fewer worries, and the freedom to do what you love. That's exactly what we're aiming for here. Now let's begin with something that seems so basic, but is truly one of the most powerful steps you can take: reducing salt in your diet. Many of us grew up on foods that taste better with a heavy sprinkle of salt, whether it's a plate of scrambled eggs in the morning or popcorn at night. But here's the truth: too much salt makes your body hold on to water, and that extra fluid raises your blood pressure. What I often tell my patients is this: you don't have to give up flavor, you just have to learn new ways to season. Fresh herbs, garlic, lemon juice, and spices can transform a dish, and over time, your taste buds actually adjust. Imagine sitting down to a grilled piece of salmon with a squeeze of lemon and some fresh dill. That's not bland at all. That's delicious, and your heart will thank you. Alongside salt, let's talk about sugar. Many seniors think sugar only affects diabetes, but it plays a role in blood pressure too. Too much sugar contributes to weight gain and can increase insulin resistance, both of which push blood pressure higher. So the next time you're at the grocery store, pause for a moment in the soda aisle. Ask yourself if that can of cola is really worth it. Reaching for water, sparkling water with a splash of fruit, or even unsweetened iced tea is a far better choice. Now I want to touch on one of my favorite prescriptions for seniors: walking. Walking is gentle, low impact, and surprisingly powerful. I tell my patients, think of walking as medicine. When you walk, your blood vessels become more flexible, your heart pumps stronger, and stress melts away. Even a 20 to 30-minute walk around your neighborhood or a nearby park most days of the week can help lower your blood pressure in a lasting way. And the beauty is, you don't need special equipment or a gym membership, just a good pair of shoes and a little commitment. Some of you might be thinking, but doctor, I get tired quickly. That's okay. Start small. Even 10 minutes a day is better than nothing, and you can build up from there. Think of it as a gift you're giving yourself. Each step is strengthening your heart and calming your mind. Another powerful tool is stress management. I know life doesn't suddenly get easier just because we pass 60. Sometimes it feels even more complicated, worrying about health, family, finances, or simply the pace of change in the world. Stress hormones like cortisol push blood pressure higher. So learning to relax isn't just a luxury, it's medicine for your body. This might mean practicing a few minutes of deep breathing each morning, listening to calming music, or even sitting quietly on the porch and watching the birds. These small moments of peace add up. And don't underestimate the power of sleep. Poor sleep raises blood pressure. Maybe you toss and turn at night or wake up often. It might help to keep your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet, and to avoid screens before bed. I often suggest creating a gentle evening routine, maybe reading or having a warm cup of caffeine-free tea to signal to your body that it's time to wind down. Good sleep gives your blood vessels time to relax and heal, lowering pressure naturally. Of course, diet overall plays a huge role. Think of your plate like a medicine cabinet. When you fill it with colorful vegetables, fruits, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats, you're giving your body the exact nutrients it needs to keep blood pressure stable. Foods rich in potassium like bananas, spinach, and sweet potatoes actually help balance out sodium and lower pressure. Omega-3s from fish like salmon or walnuts support heart health too. I often tell patients to shop the outer aisles of the grocery store where the fresh food lives and spend less time in the middle aisles full of packaged goods. Now let's talk about weight. Carrying extra weight, especially around the belly, puts added strain on your heart and blood vessels. But here's the hopeful part. Even a small weight loss of 5 to 10 pounds can make a meaningful difference in blood pressure. It doesn't require drastic dieting. Gentle, consistent changes add up. Swapping fried foods for grilled ones, replacing white bread with whole grain, adding more vegetables to your meals. These are steps you can take right now. I want you to pause and reflect for a moment. Imagine your life with lower blood pressure. Imagine feeling lighter, walking with more ease, waking up with more energy, and hearing your doctor say, your numbers look great. That vision is possible, and here's something I always emphasize. Consistency is the secret. None of these steps will change your numbers overnight, but over weeks and months, they build. I've seen patients in their late 60s who thought they'd be stuck on medication forever, but with lifestyle changes, they brought their numbers down and reduced their need for pills. It's never too late, and your body is more resilient than you realize. Now, let's take this even further. Another key factor in maintaining healthy blood pressure is hydration. You've probably heard that drinking water is important, but let me explain why it matters so much for you right now. When your body is even a little dehydrated, your blood becomes thicker, and your heart has to work harder to pump it. That strain can push your pressure higher. Many of my patients don't realize they're chronically dehydrated because they drink lots of coffee or tea, but those can actually dehydrate you further. A good rule of thumb is to sip water throughout the day. Keep a glass by your chair when you're reading, or carry a reusable bottle when you go for a walk. Even mild dehydration can leave you feeling tired, dizzy, or foggy, so water is like fuel for both your heart and your brain. Let's talk about alcohol. For some of you, enjoying a glass of wine with dinner is part of your routine, and that's perfectly fine in moderation. But more than one drink a day can raise blood pressure and harm your heart. I sometimes tell my patients to think of alcohol like dessert. A little is okay, but too much does more harm than good. If you're used to having 2 or 3 drinks, try cutting back slowly and notice how your body responds. Caffeine is another area worth paying attention to. Some people are very sensitive to it, and that morning cup of strong coffee can spike their pressure for hours. I usually suggest checking your numbers before and after a cup of coffee. If you notice a jump, consider switching to half-calf or herbal tea. It's a small change that can make a big difference. Beyond food and drink, let's think about the environment you live in. Home safety and comfort matter more than many people realize. For example, sitting in a noisy, cluttered space can increase stress without you even knowing it. On the other hand, creating a calm, organized environment, maybe adding a comfortable chair near a sunny window, or keeping family photos and favorite books close, can lower stress and bring your blood pressure down naturally. Social connection is another powerful, often overlooked factor. Loneliness can quietly raise blood pressure while laughter, conversation, and companionship lower it. I've seen patients who started meeting friends for regular walks or joined a local senior group, and within months, their blood pressure improved. So if you've been isolating yourself, I encourage you to reach out. Call a friend, join a church group, or even volunteer in your community. Human connection is medicine. Now, I want to bring your attention to breathing. Yes, something as simple as breathing can transform your blood pressure. When you take slow, deep breaths, it signals your nervous system to relax. You can try this right now. Breathe in through your nose for a count of 4, hold for a count of 2, and breathe out slowly through your mouth for a count of 6. Do that for just 5 minutes a day, and over time, it can have measurable effects on your blood pressure. It's free, it's simple, and it's always available to you. One more piece I'd like to highlight is routine. Our bodies love rhythm and predictability. Going to bed at the same time, waking up at the same time, eating meals consistently, moving your body regularly. These rhythms keep your heart steady. When your life feels chaotic, your body reflects that in higher stress and higher pressure. Building a gentle daily structure gives your body the balance it craves. So pause for a moment and think about your own day. Where could you add in just one or two of these changes? Maybe drinking more water, taking a short evening walk, or cutting back on salt. Don't feel like you have to do everything at once. Even one small shift can set you on the path toward better health. Another gentle but powerful way to support healthy blood pressure is stretching. Many seniors think stretching is only for athletes, but in truth, it's one of the best daily habits you can adopt. When you stretch, you loosen tight muscles, improve circulation, and lower the tension that builds up in your body. I often recommend a simple morning stretch routine. Imagine standing by your bed when you wake up, reaching your arms overhead, taking a deep breath, and feeling your whole body open. Just 5 or 10 minutes each day can calm your nervous system and help your blood vessels stay flexible. Flexibility in your body leads to flexibility in your blood vessels, and that means lower pressure. Gardening is another beautiful activity that I've seen transform the lives of many of my senior patients. It's not just about tending flowers or growing tomatoes, it's about gentle movement, fresh air, sunlight, and joy. When you kneel down to plant seeds or walk through your yard watering plants, you're moving your body in natural ways. Add to that the peace that comes from working with nature, and you have the perfect recipe for lower stress and better heart health. A few minutes in the garden can feel like therapy, and your blood pressure responds with gratitude. Now let's talk about food again, but in a different way. Portion control. Even healthy foods can raise blood pressure if you're eating too much of them. Many seniors grew up in a time when finishing everything on your plate was considered polite or even necessary. But today, we know that listening to your body is more important than clearing the plate. A smaller portion of lean protein with extra vegetables can satisfy you without overwhelming your system. Think of it this way. Eating just until you're comfortably satisfied, not stuffed, gives your body space to digest and keeps your heart from working overtime. I also want to mention the role of routine check-ins with your blood pressure monitor at home. I encourage patients to treat it like a friendly tool, not something to fear. Checking a couple of times a week at the same time of day helps you see the patterns in your body. For instance, some people notice their numbers are higher after a stressful phone call or after eating processed food. That knowledge is powerful. It gives you control because you can connect choices with results. Instead of worrying about one random high reading, you'll see the bigger picture and know where you're improving. Now, let me share a story. One of my patients, a gentleman in his early 70s, came to me frustrated that his blood pressure was creeping higher every year. He didn't want to increase medication if he could avoid it. Together, we worked on a plan. He started walking 20 minutes every morning, switched his soda habit for water, and cut back on processed meats. Within 6 months, his numbers had dropped so much that we actually reduced his medication. The smile on his face when I shared the results said everything. He told me, "Doc, I feel like I've taken my health back. That's what I want for you." Here's something else important. Laughter. Yes, laughter really is good for the heart. Studies show that laughing lowers stress hormones and improves blood vessel function. Think about the last time you laughed so hard your stomach hurt. Remember how light you felt afterward? That feeling isn't just in your mind, it's in your blood vessels too. So watch a funny show, spend time with grandkids, or share jokes with friends. Consider laughter one of your healthiest medicines. Finally, I want to bring us back to the bigger picture. Maintaining healthy blood pressure is not about perfection. It's not about giving up every food you love or following a strict program. It's about creating a life filled with balance, joy, and steady habits that work with your body, not against it. Every positive step, a healthier meal, a short walk, a deeper breath, is like laying another brick in the foundation of your health. And brick by brick, you build a strong, steady heart. One area I want to focus on now is home routines that often get overlooked. Think about how much time you spend sitting. For many seniors, long hours in a chair can slowly raise blood pressure because circulation slows down and muscles stiffen. I encourage you to set a simple rule. Every hour, stand up and move for a few minutes. Walk to the kitchen, stretch your arms, or step outside for fresh air. These small breaks reset your body and prevent the pressure from creeping higher. It's not about exercising all day. Why? It's about keeping your body in gentle motion. Another routine that works wonders is mindful eating. It's easy to rush through meals, especially if you live alone or eat while watching TV. But when you slow down, chew thoroughly, and really taste your food, you not only enjoy it more, but also give your body time to signal when you're full. This helps control weight, supports digestion, and eases strain on the heart. I often remind patients your mealtime can be a moment of calm. Light a candle, play soft music, or sit by a window. Let it be a peaceful ritual that lowers stress while nourishing your body. Now let's talk about the role of sunlight and vitamin D. Spending a few minutes outdoors each day does more than lift your mood. It also helps regulate blood pressure. Sunlight triggers your body to release nitric oxide, a natural compound that relaxes blood vessels. That's why a gentle morning walk or even sitting on the porch with your coffee can be surprisingly powerful for your heart. Just remember, balance is key. Enjoy the sun safely with a hat or light sunscreen if you're outside for longer. I'd also like to highlight the role of music. Music has an incredible ability to affect our nervous system. Slow, calming music can reduce stress hormones and lower blood pressure, while uplifting tunes bring joy and energy. Some of my patients listen to gospel or classical music during their evening routine, and they notice their numbers improve. So the next time you feel tense, put on a piece of music that soothes your spirit. Close your eyes and let your heartbeat slow in rhythm with the melody. Let's not forget strength. Many seniors worry that lifting even light weights might be dangerous, but the opposite is true when done properly. Gentle resistance training, like using light dumbbells, resistance bands, or even lifting cans from your pantry, helps your muscles support your body. Stronger muscles mean less strain on your joints, better balance, and improved circulation. And when circulation improves, blood pressure naturally lowers. Think of it as teaching your body to work smarter, not harder. Now, I'd like you to reflect with me for a moment. Picture yourself 1 year from now. You've added more water into your day, taken short daily walks, laughed often with friends, stretched each morning, and built calming routines. Imagine visiting your doctor and hearing, "Your blood pressure looks excellent." Picture the pride on your face as you realize you did this. You made the changes and your body responded. That sense of control and freedom is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself at this stage of life. And here's the truth I want you to carry. It's never too late. Whether you're 55, 65, or 85, your body still responds to kindness, movement, and nourishment. Each new choice you make sends a message of healing to your heart. Another powerful step you can take is making simple cooking swaps. I've seen patients completely transform their meals without feeling deprived. For example, instead of frying chicken in oil, try baking or grilling it with herbs. Swap out white rice for brown rice or quinoa, which gives you more fiber and helps stabilize your blood pressure. If you enjoy sandwiches, choose whole grain bread and pile on vegetables for extra crunch. Even something as small as replacing butter with olive oil can create a ripple effect of benefits for your heart. These aren't drastic changes, they're small adjustments that add up every day. Community activities are another underrated medicine. When you join a group, and whether it's a walking club, a local church gathering, or even a cooking class at the senior center, you combine physical activity, mental engagement, and social connection all at once. I had a patient who started attending a community dance class twice a week. At first, she was nervous and thought she'd be the oldest one there. But she discovered a group of peers her age, all laughing, moving, and encouraging one another. Not only did her blood pressure drop, but she told me her life felt fuller, more joyful, and more purposeful. That's the kind of healing no prescription can give you. Another simple but meaningful practice is gardening your plate, not just your yard. What I mean is, try growing even 1 or 2 vegetables at home. A tomato plant in a pot on the porch, some herbs on your windowsill. It makes meals more exciting and connects you to your food. When you eat something you've grown yourself, you tend to make healthier choices, and those fresh vegetables directly support healthy blood pressure. Let's not forget the importance of regular laughter and play. Many of us grew up in a culture where aging meant slowing down, sitting quietly, and staying serious. But I believe play is ageless. Play catch with your grandchild, take up a hobby like painting, or even join a seniors bowling league. Joy lowers stress, and lowered stress lowers blood pressure. Think of joy as medicine for the soul and the heart. I also want to share another patient story. A retired teacher in her late 60s came to me with borderline high blood pressure. She felt frustrated, saying, "Doc, I'm doing everything right, but my numbers are still creeping up." When we looked closer, we realized she was drinking very little water and spending long afternoons sitting at the computer. She made two simple changes. She started keeping a large water bottle next to her desk, and she set an alarm to get up and stretch every hour. Within 3 months, her pressure dropped noticeably. She didn't overhaul her entire life. Just two small adjustments created real change. One last piece I want to emphasize is gratitude. I know it might sound unrelated, but gratitude has measurable effects on your health. When you take a few minutes each day to reflect on what you're thankful for, whether it's your morning coffee, a phone call from your child, or the beauty of a sunset, your body relaxes. Your stress hormones decrease and your blood pressure follows. I often suggest keeping a little journal by the bed. Write down 3 things you're grateful for each night. It's a simple ritual, but over time, it transforms the way you feel, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. So pause with me for a moment. Picture a daily rhythm where you nourish your body with healthy meals, sip water often, laugh with friends, stretch your muscles, enjoy music, spend time in nature, and end the day with gratitude. That rhythm is not a fantasy. It is possible. And when you live this way, your blood pressure becomes not just a number on a screen, but a reflection of a balanced, joy-filled life. Let's talk about grocery shopping because so much of blood pressure health starts at the store. When you push that cart down the aisles, every choice you make is shaping tomorrow's numbers. I often tell patients to shop the perimeter of the store. That's where the fresh produce, lean meats, dairy, and whole foods usually are. The inner aisles are full of processed foods high in salt, sugar, and unhealthy fats. If you must go down those aisles, read labels carefully. A can of soup or a frozen dinner may seem convenient, but some of them have almost your entire day's worth of sodium in one serving. When you learn to scan labels, you empower yourself. Aim for items with fewer ingredients and words you can actually pronounce. Now let's think about eating out. Many of my patients love going to restaurants, and you should enjoy it, because food is also about community and joy. But restaurants often pack meals with hidden salt, butter, and large portions. I usually suggest a few simple tricks. First, don't be afraid to ask. You can ask for sauces or dressings on the side, request grilled instead of fried, or even split a meal with a friend. Second, listen to your body. Eat slowly, savor each bite, and stop when you're comfortable, not stuffed. Remember, the company and experience matter as much as the food itself. Holidays and family gatherings bring another challenge. Picture Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner with the table overflowing. You don't have to deny yourself completely. Instead, build your plate with balance. Fill half with vegetables, a quarter with lean protein, and a smaller portion with the richer foods you love. Allow yourself to taste and enjoy, but keep moderation in mind. One plate of holiday food won't ruin your health, but the habits you carry through the rest of the year will shape your blood pressure far more. I also want to touch on mindful snacking. Many seniors find themselves reaching for chips, cookies, or crackers in the afternoon. These snacks often spike blood sugar and raise blood pressure. Instead, think about snacks that fuel you. Apple slices with peanut butter, a handful of nuts, carrot sticks with hummus, or plain yogurt with berries. These choices stabilize your energy and support your heart. Another strategy is meal planning. Some seniors feel overwhelmed at the idea of cooking healthy meals every day, but planning ahead actually reduces stress and helps you stay on track. Maybe you spend Sunday afternoon preparing a pot of hearty vegetable soup or grilling chicken breasts that can last through the week. That way, when you're tired in the evening, you have something ready that nourishes instead of relying on takeout. And let's not forget the role of fluids beyond water. Herbal teas like chamomile or hibiscus can actually support relaxation and lower blood pressure. I've had patients who swapped out their late-night soda or coffee for herbal tea and noticed they slept better and felt calmer overall. It's a small, soothing ritual that makes a big difference. Finally, I want to circle back to mindset. High blood pressure is often called the silent killer because it doesn't always cause symptoms until damage is done. But that doesn't mean you should live in fear of it. Instead, think of your lifestyle as a toolkit. Each habit, walking, stretching, cooking wisely, staying connected, sleeping well, is a tool that keeps your numbers in a safe range. The more tools you use, the stronger your foundation becomes. Pause for a moment and ask yourself, which one of these tools can I start using today? Don't wait for tomorrow or next week or the perfect time. Even the smallest step you take today is already moving you toward better health. Travel is one area that often disrupts routines, and I want to speak directly to those of you who love to take trips, whether it's visiting grandkids across the country, going on a road trip, or even enjoying a cruise. Travel can be wonderful, but it also comes with challenges for blood pressure. Long hours of sitting in a car or airplane can cause your circulation to slow and your pressure to rise. That's why I recommend simple strategies. Stand up and stretch every hour, flex your feet while seated, and drink plenty of water, even if it means more bathroom breaks. When dining out while traveling, be mindful of salt and portion sizes, just as you would at home. Bringing healthy snacks like nuts, fruit, or whole grain crackers can help you avoid the fast food trap at airports or gas stations. Now let's talk about medication, because many seniors wonder if lifestyle habits even matter once they're prescribed pills. Here's the truth. Medications can help, but they are not a substitute for healthy living. I've seen many patients lower their dosages or even come off certain medications over time because they embrace these natural strategies. Lifestyle and medicine work hand in hand, but never underestimate the power of your daily choices. Even if you take medication, these habits add years of better living and reduce the risk of complications. I also want to address setbacks because I know change is not always smooth. Maybe you've had weeks where you're motivated, eating well, walking daily, and feeling strong, and then something happens. A holiday, a stressful event, an illness, and suddenly you find yourself back in old habits. I want to reassure you, setbacks are normal and they don't erase your progress. One high-salt meal, one lazy week, or one stressful month doesn't mean failure. What matters is what you do next. Each new day is a chance to reset, to choose again, to step back on track. Progress is not about perfection, it's about persistence. Let's also look at posture and breathing. Many seniors spend long hours sitting hunched over, which compresses the chest and lungs. This makes breathing shallow and keeps stress levels high. Simply sitting up straight, opening the chest and taking a slow, deep breath can reset your nervous system and gently lower blood pressure. You can practice this while watching TV, reading, or even waiting in line at the grocery store. Another key strategy is limiting processed meats. Foods like bacon, sausage, deli slices, and hot dogs are loaded with sodium and preservatives that directly raise blood pressure. Replacing them with fresh, lean proteins, like grilled chicken, turkey, fish, or beans, reduces the strain on your heart. I often remind patients that every meal is a chance to choose healing foods over harmful ones. Let me share another story. A gentleman in his late 60s who loved fast food burgers and fries came to me with stubbornly high blood pressure. He thought he could never give up his favorites. Instead of telling him to quit cold turkey, we made small swaps. He started ordering a grilled chicken sandwich instead of a burger, and side salads instead of fries. Over time, he discovered he actually enjoyed the lighter meals, and his blood pressure steadily dropped. His comment to me was, "I didn't feel like I gave up my life. I just gave my body a break." That's the kind of balance I want you to find. And lastly, I want to emphasize consistency and monitoring. Checking your blood pressure at home once or twice a week helps you see patterns, but it also keeps you accountable. Treat the monitor not as a judgment, but as a guide, a friendly reminder of how your body is responding to your lifestyle. Numbers are not there to scare you. They are there to empower you with knowledge. So as you think about your journey, remember this. Health is built step by step, choice by choice, habit by habit. You don't have to overhaul your life overnight, but each glass of water, each walk, each moment of laughter, each home-cooked meal is a seed planted for a healthier future. So as we step back and look at everything we've talked about, I want you to notice something important. The path to healthy blood pressure isn't about grand, impossible changes. It's about the small daily choices that add up over time. A glass of water instead of soda. A short walk around the block. Choosing herbs and lemon instead of extra salt. Laughing with a friend, stretching in the morning, getting to bed a little earlier. These are not burdens, they're gifts. Simple gifts you can give your body every single day. I've walked alongside so many people in their 60s and 70s who once felt discouraged, believing high blood pressure was just their fate. But as they took steady steps, they found their numbers improving, their energy rising, and their confidence growing. They didn't feel older, they felt lighter, freer, more alive. And that's the message I want to leave you with. Your health is not behind you, it's still here, waiting to be nurtured. Think of this season of life as a chance to enjoy your days with more strength, peace, and joy. Imagine sitting on your porch on a summer evening, your blood pressure steady, your heart calm, knowing you've taken good care of yourself. That picture can be your reality. You have more influence over your health than you may realize, and it's never too late to begin. Every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory for your future. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for spending this time with me today. It's a privilege to share these thoughts with you, and I hope you feel encouraged to take one or two of these steps and make them part of your own life. Your health matters deeply, and so do you. I wish you strength in your body, peace in your heart, and joy in your daily living. If this message has spoken to you, I invite you to share it so others can find the same encouragement. Feel free to leave a comment. I'd love to hear your story, your questions, or the steps you're planning to take. And if you'd like to walk this journey of health together, you can subscribe so you won't miss the next conversation. Take care of yourself, my friends. May your days be filled with light, laughter, and steady steps toward better health. Until next time, be well and be blessed.